The Department of Health and Human Services recommends incorporating some kind of strength training exercises of all the major muscle groups into a fitness routine at least 2 to 3 times a week. But what's the best way to effectively train your body without using equipment? In this video, I'm going to lay out some of the most simple yet effective upper body exercises you can start doing immediately from the comfort of your own home. That means no gym equipment. But we'll be using one mystery item that I guarantee you have laying around somewhere that's going to hyper target a particular muscle group that's nearly impossible to hit without gym equipment. So be sure to stick around for the end, because I'm going to give you a killer workout that you can take a screenshot of, which includes everything that I talked about here in this video. That's going to make you some serious gains. So let's go ahead and dive in. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off with the holy grail of exercises when it comes down to bodyweight training, the push-up. There are a ton of different variations, and according to a study done by the Journal of Physical Therapy Science, different hand positioning will target different muscle groups. For instance, the neutral hand position showed the most activation of the chest muscles. The narrow grip showed the most muscle activation in the chest muscles, the triceps, and of course the infraspinatus. And the wide grip showed the most muscle activation of the serratus anterior. I want to show you how to perform each of these push-up variations and of course make them a little bit more challenging. For the neutral hand position, you're going to want to place your hands directly below your shoulders. Your arms should create a 45-degree angle at the bottom of the movement. For the narrow grip, place your hands on the ground closer than shoulder width apart. The closer your hands are, the more challenging it becomes. And as you go down, your arms should still remain very close and tight to your body. For the wide grip, place your hands wider than shoulder width apart. Be sure that your arms are still going down at an angle as demonstrated here. To perform the push-up, get into the hand position of your choice. Keep your legs extended, feet together, pelvis neutral, and of course keep your back straight. Tighten your glutes and then tighten your core. Bend your elbows and lower your body until you're almost touching the ground. Return to the starting position. Make sure that when you do the push-up, you're going to want to keep as much tension in your chest and stretch in your chest as you go down. A few common mistakes to avoid are flaring your elbows out to the side, sagging your glutes, or what I like to call humping the ground, and then putting your glutes too far up. Instead, you're going to want to keep your back straight. Moving the upper body only when lowering, rather than moving your whole entire body, and of course not performing a full range of motion. According to the study titled Kinetic Analysis of Several Variations of Push-Up, ground reaction force, which is pretty much an indicator of the intensity of stress on the human system during ground contact, varies depending on your positioning. And according to this graph, the least amount of ground reaction force will be generated with a bent knee. The next level of force would be if you're doing push-ups, if your hands are elevated 60 centimeters. The next highest level of force would be the regular push-ups, and the highest level of force would be with your feet elevated on top of something like a bench press or a chair. Therefore, if you're having trouble with the push-ups, use the following progression sequence. Start with your bent knee push-up, then move on to your knees elevated on a bench or another surface. The next progression would be the regular push-up. Once you've mastered the regular push-up, then move on elevating your feet on a surface such as a bench. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the push-up variation that will really isolate your triceps. It's called the tiger bend push-up. You are going to want to set it up in the same way you would for the neutral hand positioning push-up, but with your hands slightly forward below your face. Go down until your elbows touch the ground, but keeping tension on your triceps. Extend your elbow up, contract your triceps, and of course return to the starting position. If you've ever done a skull crusher before, then this would be the exact exercise that closely mimics that movement. Don't slam onto the floor when going back down. Instead, control the movement, keeping your triceps under tension the entire time. To make this exercise a little bit easier, perform it on your knees and then moving them back slightly to progress into the push-up position. So the next variation of the push-up that I want to cover is going to be targeting your shoulders a little bit more than the other ones. Place your hands in a neutral position and then get in a downward dog position, creating an upside down V with your body. Bend your elbows and then bring your nose toward the ground. Go down until your face almost touches the ground and then return to the starting position. Be sure that you're bringing your nose to the ground and not your head. The study Kinetic Analysis of Several Variations of Push-Up also stated that the higher you elevate your feet, the more ground reaction force would be produced. So just like with the regular push-up, if you want to make this exercise more challenging, elevate your feet on a chair or on a bench. Once you're able to perform the pike push-up with your feet on a bench, slowly start to elevate your feet on higher surfaces or on the wall as I'm doing here. Alrighty, so the long-awaited mystery item. In this particular movement, it's pretty tough to target this muscle group without some kind of pull-up bar or a set of dumbbells. But let's get creative here. I wanted to cover a variation of rows that you can do at home using just a bed sheet. What you're going to want to do is assemble your bed sheet similar to what I've done here. Grab the end of the sheet with a sturdy overhand grip and then place your feet together slightly forward. Keeping your legs and back straight, slightly lean back while holding onto the sheet. Pull yourself towards the sheet and of course return to the starting position, contracting your traps as tightly as you can. You could also do this variation of bicep curls with the same sheet setup. Set it up in the same way you would for the row, but instead of the overhand grip, grab the sheet with an underhand grip and only with one hand. Pull yourself up toward the sheet and contract your bicep as tight and as hard as you possibly can, and return to the starting position, and don't forget to alternate your arms. And if you want to make the row or bicep curl a little bit more difficult, just lean back more and increase your range of motion. Next, let's talk about tricep dips. These are crucial for tricep growth. Start off by sitting on a chair or on a bench. Place your hands on your side with your palms facing down and grab the edge of the bench. Scoot your hips off the bench and keep your back straight and of course your legs extended. Bend your elbows and lower your body toward the ground, keeping your back close to the bench. Go down until your arms are at about a 90-degree angle. A few mistakes to avoid during these exercises are placing your hands too far away from each other and rounding your back, letting your neck lean forward instead of keeping your spine in a neutral position. So for an easier version of these, you could bend your knees to take some of the load off your triceps, and for a more difficult version, elevate your feet on another surface such as a chair. To target your lower back, perform the Superman. For this exercise, you're going to want to lay down on the floor facing down. Extend your arms out in front of you and then keep your legs straightened behind you as if you were Superman himself. From here, engage your glutes and your lower back. Raise your arms up and of course your legs and the chest off the floor. Hold at the top for a few seconds, contract everything back there and return to the starting position. So that's it for the exercises that I wanted to cover. But let me quickly give you a suggestion on how to structure a workout to include these exercises that I just covered. Start by warming up with a few stretches for your chest, your shoulders, and your wrists. I would also do some arm circles. For the circuit, I would do the following: 20 push-ups with the hand positioning of your choice, 30-second rest, 20 reps of bicep curls with the sheets, 30-second rest, 15 tiger push-ups, 30-second rest, 20 reps of rows with the bed sheets, 30-second rest, 20 narrow push-ups, 30-second rest, 20 tricep dips, 30-second rest, and then 15 pike push-ups. And then you're going to want to rest 2 minutes. Repeat the whole thing 3 to 5 times. Also, for as long as you're training at home, don't forget to implement the progressive overload principles that I talk about in my How to Get Bigger Chest and How to Blast Your Plateaus video that I'll link in the description down below. In short, if you want to take your physique to the next level while you're training at home, then continue to do these exercises with additional sets and additional reps, beating your previous best record, or to sum it up, add more volume. It's a good idea to jot all this stuff down in a notebook or in your gym log, and as they say, what gets measured gets improved. Alright, so hey, that's it for today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So if you did, 1, smash that like button, 2, subscribe to my channel, and 3, share this video with a friend that would benefit from this killer workout. Lastly, let me know in the comments down below what exercises you're most excited to implement. Let's get to work.